Of course she's gonna be my number one in the Spotify list. Of course. Like, my tag, my gamer tag right next to my... Or the clan tag, whatever, right next to my gamer tag is a tribute to her, of course. Huh. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And thanks for stopping by again if, you're back. I mean, hey, thanks to everybody. First timers, repeat offenders, who come around and watch me handle this sort of stuff. Hey, thanks, and thanks for taking the time. But I'm gonna have to ask you to take the time again. Take that time and search for the YouTube page for this video. The info at the bottom. There's going to be a link for a web page that has a bunch of other links for places where you can donate to, places you could sign petitions for Black Lives Matters causes. Yeah. There's also this one thing where, you could go and register to vote. That's pretty important. Yeah, we're about a month past. Hey, happy December, you guys. But, hey, it's 2022. 2 years can just like run past you out of nowhere, man. Like, I don't know. That's the phrase, right? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. But yeah, take the time, please. It'll mean a lot. And it's for a good cause, too. When you're done with those errands, let's waste a little time here. Let's kill some time having some fun with, the winter season. We've got... This isn't where I do it. But anyways, we've got Vanza Utilities, D500 rally races. We've got cars from the 1990s at C600 doing rally races. And we got off-road vehicles at C600 doing off-road races. Let me just tell you right now, if this video goes past the hour mark, it'll be one of two things. It'll be because of one of two things. First of all, the races can be very fucking slow because, these aren't Lambos. These aren't Cigaris. These aren't, these are very, very modest vehicles doing all these races. But, yeah. Or two, I get very frustrated with the off-road championship that I have to rebuild a vehicle. So let's handle that first. All right. Yeah. How's your Spotify playlist? Mine's predictable, to be honest.
So, even though it's freezing out there, we've still got loads of people braving the weather to watch this seasonal. I don't suppose that has anything to do with you, does it?
Yeah, so, yeah, hold on to that thought with the Spotify stuff. Just a heads up, I'm using the Xbox One Elite Series 2 controller. I'm on PC, if you don't know. So, yeah, it's a PC with the 1080, GTX 1080, and 6700K Intel. Yeah, so there's that. Here are my difficulty settings. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, call me a weenie for the stuff that I'm not, I'm not raising the difficulty on, with the Elite Series 2 controller, I got paddles on the P1 and the P3 position. P1 to shift up, P3 to shift down, and the clutch is on A, so that's how I handle that stuff. Let's get to it. Boy, this is gonna suck. It's off-road. It's unbeatable vehicles, supposedly unbeatable. They're beatable, but... They're kind of jerks. They can be jerks. The the tracks and the physics can allow them to be jerks. So this is the International by HDT, and this car shows up an absolute metric fuck ton in your in your accounting. What am I trying to say? In your loot thingies, your wheel spins. There you go. That's the name of them. That's the name of them. this vehicle shows up way too much, and I decided, fuck it, what the hell? Let's go for it. Let's use it. Let's put it through its pace, and let's see what's up. And so far, kind of blowing the competition here. I swear this is on unbeatable, but to build a car for unbeatable C600 off-road shouldn't be adding spoilers. Spoilers just add weight to the vehicle and slows you down. So avoid that. Don't even add snow tires, because that's just not the category of race you're racing in, you know? You're supposed to throw the vehicle around, use the momentum of the throw to make your turns. Like, the downforce on this vehicle is at 1.0. 1.0 Gs, so yeah, it's not that much if you're racing in pavement, but right here, you know, just throw your e-brake. Here, I have it on the Y button, by the way. Throw your emergency brake for your turns, and yeah, you're good. See how I'm turning before the jump, and then on the landing, I'm already facing the direction I want to go to. Except for here, this part sucks. Just getting off the road there, but what road? Alright. But anyways. Oh boy. What a week. I mean, you should be good with this. I'm not the best in the world at this. I do this for the love. But those are just some tips that, you know, help me out. So passing it on to you. Oh boy, the mic. Oh boy. Hopefully it serves you better, and hopefully you discover things along the way that much faster than I can, and leads you to what's it called? Greener pastures with your skill set. Because I'll admit, I'm slow and my skill set has a limit, and I'm okay with it. But yeah. Do your best. HIT? I don't know the name. I don't know the name. I don't know the brand. What is this? International. Yeah, sure. What track is this? Oh, this track. Okay. So yeah. Build your vehicle to kind of veer off the road a little. Just a little. But not so much, because, boy, you don't want to end up in the barriers. And let me just say, speaking of ending up in the barriers, what a harrowing Formula One race I had this weekend, or this past weekend. That was absolutely... Oh, crap. I screamed. I straight up just shouted, like, holy shit, when I saw... Okay, yeah, this is my Formula One section, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, damn. The Formula One world just, by the skin of its teeth, just evaded tragedy this last weekend. I'm talking about the... maybe if I'm watching this video in the future when my teeth are all gone. I don't know. I'm talking about the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix. Man, that was scary as hell. A Formula One car goes straight into the barriers and gets chopped in half, and there's a fire. And from the replays, you can see that, oh, wow, that's the back side of the car with no driver in sight. where is the driver? And why is there a big ball of flames there? Yeah, apparently the cockpit got caught on fire. I don't know if this is the case, but if IndyCar builds their vehicles to, if IndyCar builds vehicles to basically choreograph a crash so that all of that impact is as gets dispersed as far away as possible from the human, surely Formula One does it, right? Like I mean, that Haas car got split in half, and I can imagine if I was building a Formula One car to crash, I would also build it so that none of the gas ends up in the cockpit. But for some reason, that cockpit was on fire with the driver in there, and thankfully the driver was okay for the most part. We're not talking about a death here, thank goodness. And oh boy, we're only talking about, burnt hands, but not third degree burns or second degree, but still, that's horrible. That sucks. And listening to a Formula One podcast, I listened to a Formula One podcast called Shift F1, and one of them, I think, heard one of the hosts talk about hearing this somewhere else, saying that it is about 7 to 10 years of research that saved his life, and answered 7 to 10 years worth of questions. But in doing so, because of how that crash happened, with fire all over the cockpit and not in the back of the car where you're supposed to stay, where the gas tank is supposed to stay at. No. It added 7 to 10 years worth 7 to 10 more years worth of questions. So, yeah, what a world. So happy that driver's okay. He's his name is Romain Grosjean. He's a French driver who unfortunately has a reputation for being a little clumsy and getting caught in crashes. Sometimes crashing himself out, sometimes crashing into other cars, but they're always just clumsy. Just like, it's just something that's beyond his control sometimes, But this was not that. By the way, here's that. Just taking note of that because I plan to auction these. But yeah, that was that was not a Romain Grosjean-esque crash. But yeah, I don't know. They're smarter people that can explain how, why the things that happened. And I'm not that person, but either way, I'm just thankful. I'm just fucking thankful. Jeez.
You ready to take on this winter championship? What am I saying? Of course you are.
And sorry, but another detail. He went into that barrier at 50. So, you're driving at 40 miles an hour in your whatever, your city car, and then you have to hit the brakes. You slam on your brakes, and then like your head like bobs forward, right? That shit's scary. That's at point 0.8 Gs. You know, you're braking at 0.8 Gs. A bunch of orange cars today. I don't know why. That crash, when the car hit the barrier, he went in at 53 Gs. Yeah. And he only suffered the burns. You know, trying to get out. You know, it's crazy. That's a scary sight to behold. You know. But after X-rays, you know, they're pulling him out, and thankfully, track marshals. You know, if you're not into F1, track marshals are just people who are at the scene, you know, are on the sidelines, just in case of an accident or anything like that. They can help the drivers, help move the car out of the road, you know, so they can continue racing. But track marshals and the F1 medical team that follows the car when the light goes green, that follows all the Formula 1 cars when the light goes green. Sorry for repeating myself, but you know, I'd rather be right about this. They all heard that he felt bad in the ribs. They all suspected rib injuries, you know, like a broken rib and whatnot, you know. Nothing. He had nothing. It's like that crash was the equivalent of that scene in Commando where they're all shooting into the forest, and then the X-ray came back and literally said, "We hit nothing." Now that's great. That's great. It's I told someone about this that these are some of the most safest cars in the world doing the most dangerous sport ever. What a world, man. Jeez. Thank goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I just sorry for talking about Formula 1 a lot here. It's just that need an outlet. If you're here for it, you're here for it. You're not, I'm sorry, but just I need this. I need this. Oh boy. If you're wondering about this as well, just this is Vans and Utilities at D500 doing rally races. I went with this vehicle because I already had it tuned, but if you have to build something out of scratch and get it up to the cap, mind you, you don't have to get it to the cap to compete. If it's at C600, it could be at C601 to no wait, what am I saying? If it's at C600, the vehicle can be at C501 to C600, and you can compete it. The game will balance to fit your needs, and will put in will balance itself to fit your needs, and will put in opponents that hover around that range. So don't worry about that. At D500 though, because the rating is so low, you go from D100 to D500. I'm doing this at D500 just to show that you can be unbeatable at this difficulty. But if you just want to take it as slow as possible, just Vans and Utilities at 100, race that sucker and get yourself whatever vehicle you're gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get, so we'll see. Yeah, there's that. Huh. Is that race number 1? That's race number 1. Jeez. Like I said, these are going to go very slow. What I get? What I got? What I get? Alright. That's nothing, but... we're good. Oh, I really do not like... Well, oh boy. Actually, this might suck. Yeah, what a week. What a weekend. That weekend was nuts, but... yeah. Good things happened. I mean, like, not to rain on his parade, you know, but the championship leader, an absolute monster at Formula One, 7-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton, contracted COVID, so he can't race this weekend. Oh boy, I did not hit clutch. So he can't race this weekend. He's gonna have to miss it. He might miss the last race of the season. And yeah, there's a lot of driver swaps. I'm gonna assume that if you're watching this, you're not here for the Formula One talk, so I'll just keep it brief. Let me just put it in NFL terms. It's like with the driver swap, you know, they have reserve drivers, Mercedes, AMG, Formula One team. I know they have the Petronas brand on there, but you know, I don't know. They have reserve drivers, and basically what's going to happen is take, in NFL terms, take the Patriots, New England Patriots at their prime. Imagine Tom Brady is sick and needs a replacement. And basically what happened is that Cam Newton is just, for one game. You know. I know it doesn't work that way in the NFL, but, I mean, they got their second string and third string, you know, lineup. But, yeah. It's kind of nuts like that with Formula One right now. So, yeah, crazy. Yeah. Back to Forza Horizon. Yeah, I didn't upgrade the tires. These are stock tires, so this vehicle is kind of slipping around. And just, I don't know, just cut the weight on it and just just cut the weight on it in the engine, then cut the weight in the frame, and you're good, I guess. I mean, yeah, behind me can barely catch up, but yeah. Oh well. I mean, you're gonna be slipping and sliding all around here. Like I'm having trouble here, keeping this under control, but hey. What a wonderful kind of day. Oh boy, I keep hitting this mic. Sorry about that. We got one more race with this vehicle. And that's here. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop with the mic. Um, other than that, yeah, not much has been happening in video game world. I'm kind of contemplating. Oh boy, I'm contemplating what to play. If I want to play at all, I don't know. I'm the sort of person that just doesn't get a good experience out of things if someone sits me down and makes me watch it. The movies that I love, the music I adore, they usually show up. They end up that way for me when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna watch Blade Runner 2049 in theaters, and it's gonna be on a Monday, and I'm missing work. So, I don't know. I talked about wanting to play Bug Snacks. I talked about wanting to play Yakuza Like a Dragon. But I just don't have the urge right now. Oh, just like these brakes don't want to brake. And I don't want to sully my experience. You know, I don't want to spend the money and just be like, I gotta play because I gotta play. You know, 2020. You know, also like this is. You know, I'm not one of those types to be like, oh, this is to make video game of the year lists, I guess, game of the year lists or anything like that. But I do want to be honest about it. I am a little precious about that sort of stuff. I love a short hike. A short hike was a very, very cozy experience. But I didn't play it the year it came out, so it's not my game of the year for that year. So yeah, I'm a little precious about that sort of those sort of things. Yeah, for the fun of it, you know, just nothing wrong with being precious about a couple of things here and there, you know. If that's your thing, that's your thing. You know? But what I'm being precious about here is like, oh, what was my 2016 game of the year? So that was Hitman, you know. Even though I love Titanfall, and I think Titanfall 2, even though I still play Titanfall 2 here and there, and not so much Hitman, when the fever in 2016 for me was Hitman. It was just, I don't know. I talked about this before. It bit that GoldenEye bug. Like, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I be this efficient? Can I be that efficient? You know, how can I, you know, dupe the AI here and there? You know, what can I do to, you know, catch this specific AI? Like, where in the timing window is this AI? Yeah, I love that. But now I'm still playing Titanfall 2 co-op, the Frontier Defense. I'm not doing the multiplayer stuff. Oh, cool. And even more so this year because it came out on Steam. It was very fun. It was such a it was a nice experience having that influx of players because I'm also speaking of being precious, I have it on Origin, and I don't mind having Origin on the PC. And yeah. Oh crap. Huh. Yeah.
Even though it's freezing out there, I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot of fun with this seasonal. Just make sure you wrap up warm.
Cars from the 1990s. All right. Hey, you're gonna win this. If you beat this championship, this is what you get. So, let's check it out. But yeah, I'm not precious about 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 calling. Is that what I was? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not precious about that sort of stuff of like, oh, well, you're not playing Hitman right now. Yeah, that's why I called Hitman my 2016 Game of the Year, so... Yeah. Hey, this car feels alright so far. No, you don't. So yeah. Yeah, this is a little rough. This is a little rough, not gonna lie. Just a little bit though. But yeah, as far as like what I'm playing this year though, I mean, I said it before. I played Gears Tactics, I played Doom Eternal, Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, Hades, and Flight Simulator. And to be honest, I know what my game of the year, like if you take the year it came out, if you take the release date out of the equation, like Forza Horizon 4 has been my game of the year. It has been for the past 2 years, 3 years. Fine. But if you take if you bring it down to 2020, it's probably going to be Hades. And so far I'm not in the mood to play anything else. So I've only played 5 new games. I know. It's a little weird. But, you know, games cost money. I work blue collar, so I'm tired, so yeah, there's that. And when I do play a game, I kind of play the hell out of it. Sort of. I mean... I did almost everything in Doom Eternal, so... Except for the Ultra Nightmare where you had to beat the game at the hardest difficulty and not die once. Yeah, now I'm good. Oh boy, almost missed a checkpoint there. It was alright. Like, that's definitely my number 4. Gears Tactics, number 5. Oh boy. Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, number 3. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, actually, that's what I'm thinking about right now, because I didn't play as much of Flight Simulator as... And you don't really play that game either, but I haven't played much of Flight Simulator compared to Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, but Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 is kind of a known quantity for me, because... Oh, sorry for moving the camera there. Because I played the hell out of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, which I'm waiting on, and I only played 12 hours of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I also did the crazy thing of trying to fly to my parents' native country, and I did, and I landed when it was nighttime, and I was in the air when the sun was setting, and then it got really dark, and it was kind of hard to see, and so that moment, I'm already talking, I'm head over heels for that part of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that might be the reason why I put it at number 2, because, you know, sometimes it could just be the one moment that will stick with you for the rest of your life, you know? And that was very cool. That was an awesome moment. Got a little misty-eyed, especially when I was approaching where to land, and I specifically remember some details about where the airport was at and what it was surrounded by, and I saw exactly that in the game, and wow, it's something I haven't seen since I was 9 years old, 10 years old, I don't know. Also, this track sucks. This track really sucks. Just traffic. So I'm gonna concentrate a little here. What's going on? Oh, maybe that car up ahead is just slowing everyone down. So not that bad. Not that bad. Not that bad. Excuse me. If you're watching this, oh boy, there's that car way up ahead. Jeez, I did not see that car. Oh boy, this is going to be a rough one. Come on, come on, come on. Be a jerk. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Huh. Okay. That stunk. I might have to redo this race, but who knows? Let's see where we land here. Okay, this ending is going to be harrowing, so just bear with me here. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm going to switch to first person just to see that they're right behind me, and skin of my teeth. Skin of my teeth. Bam. Okay. You can take this vehicle to the previous championship. We got one more race to go. And where's it at? Ah, boy, these... They took the... No complaints. They took the slowest vehicles and some of the longest tracks. Okay. Some Forza rumors. Apparently Forza Horizon 5 is more more in the works than whatever the next Forza Motorsport is, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that rumor, especially since Playground Games is supposed to handle... Oh, boy. Since Playground Games is supposed to handle the next Fable game, too, so... Okay, don't do that, you know. But by the time you're watching this, though, I would have probably done co-op on here. There's always that option at the start of every championship to do co-op. And I tend to always do that at the end of Thursdays. This would be around... I would say 7 p.m. 7 Pacific, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know. If you want to, I'll be there. I don't. No invite, I guess, but if you happen to catch me, just yeah, I'll probably be wanting to do co-op. And then there's a trial as well, so yeah, the trial is Modern Rally at B700, doing rally. What I assume is rally races. That video would have been up yesterday, so check back on my history and check that out. And keep in mind that the trial co-op is with, it's a 6-player co-op versus 6 unbeatable AI, so there's that. You know, it might be a little rough. Who knows? Check the video. It might have looked rough. I don't know. I haven't made the video yet. Look at that site. Look at that site over there. Wow. What a view. But yeah. And I keep forgetting to mention at the start of these videos, just you don't have to do these on unbeatable. You know, winning the Toyota Baja truck, winning the Monterey suit, winning the Ford Puma, this vehicle that I'm driving, this is what you're going to get at the end of this one. You don't have to do it at the hardest difficulty. You could do it on highly skilled. And it's totally fine. When I started playing this game, I played it on above average, and then it was a little rough. It got a little rough. But then through playing co-op versus unbeatable vehicles, and trying to keep up with people who are driving and co-op partners who's probably stuck with the series longer than I have. Following them, following their trajectories and whatnot, you learn a thing or two. So, yeah. Work your way up to highly skilled. It's totally fine. And stay there if you want to. It's totally fine. No critique. It's just the game. You're supposed to have fun with the video game, not scream at 3 a.m. because you got wasted by a martyrdom. Oddly specific, but yeah. Yeah, don't. Yeah. So that's that. These were a little rough, but doable. And these could have been worse. It could have been road races at 998 and rear wheel drive only, so with extreme track toys. So yeah, at least it wasn't that during winter. But yeah, thanks again. Thank you if this is your first time for sticking with this video, and thanks again if this is your second time or third time or whatever, if you're watching this and you made it up to here. And gonna ask you again, please check the video's YouTube page, YouTube site, whatever, and check the info for a link that has a bunch of other links. A link to a webpage that has a bunch of other links for places you can sign petitions at, places you can donate for Black Lives Matter causes. It's very important to me. It'll mean a lot. And it's also a spot where you can register to vote. 2022 is 2 years away, but in less than a month it's going to be 2021. So if that sort of stuff is important to you, get on it ASAP, as soon as possible. Other than that, thanks for stopping by again. Thank you for stopping by if this is your first time, and please wear a mask. Use latex gloves if you have to. if you can, even go outside when you only need to. Have food delivered to you if you can. You know, use debit cards and credit cards and not use cash. And yeah, stay inside for as long as possible. It's gonna be a rough one, and I hope we get to see each other on the other side. So yeah, take care. Peace.